Hi, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Shireen, and this is going to be the first in what I think is going to turn out to be a four-part series on the different types of wearable eyeshadow. So I won't be doing any cut creases, any glitter liner, nothing like that. I want to really take it back to the basics because one of the primary objectives of my channel was to make makeup, and specifically eyeshadow, because I think that that's something within makeup that people tend to shy away from, more friendly and more open and more easy, so that anyone who wants to wear whatever kind of eyeshadow can and feels more comfortable and empowered to go forward with that. So today I'm going to be doing an all matte one. This is going to be an ombre one, meaning that it's going to start out lighter towards the brow bone and get darker as you approach the lash line. I'm also going to be using my eyeshadow as eyeliner. So a powder liner looks softer than a liquid liner or a pencil liner would, or even a gel liner, and it is a little bit more difficult to do. So if you want to achieve a similar effect, you can either use like a liquid or a gel liner and then smudge it out with a powder, which might be a little bit easier because you just need less precision and you don't have to get like that sharp edge using a powder. You can just do it however you normally do. Or if you're using a pencil one, you can smudge out the pencil liner itself. Our first step is definitely going to be priming our eyelids. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the original shade. I just use this because I have it. Any primer that you think will help keep your shadows in place will do, especially if you have oily eyelids. Also important because I'm only trying to use 4 shades, and so you don't have a super heavy gradient and any creasing is really going to show. Then I'm going to take the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, a big fluffy brush, and just set the primer with that. Today I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. This is the only one of the Naked palettes that I love, and this is the color scheme. Came out, I want to say a year and a half ago, and I got it a little over a year ago. So as this warm tone color scheme that was really popular at the time, and I think still is, but you can use any palette that you want in any color scheme as long as you can achieve the gradient that we're going to do using those colors, and as long as you think that the colors are complementary together. So then my first move is going to be taking this Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M433, and as you can see, it's thick, like wider on one side than it is the other. And I'm going to dip that into Cayenne, which is this shade, and this is going to be kind of like the base of this look, and this is going to be the all over lid shade. So I'm going to do one eye, like with you, talking you through it, and then the other eye kind of more quickly separately. So this is going to lie down right here, all over the lid. Don't take it too much into the crease, but otherwise you don't have to be overly precise. And then just gently buff it into the crease. If we hadn't set our primer, this shade would immediately just stick down to whatever was on your lid, especially if it was something tacky, and you wouldn't be able to blend it out at all. Okay, so you can see that we have this immediate pigmentation, and just gently buffing in the edges, but not too much. And I'm trying to wing it out a little bit here, but not so much that it's going to make it messier once I actually do the wing. Now I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to dip that into the shade Sauced, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade and to buff out Cayenne. So you can see that although I normally start with my transition shade, that's not what you have to do. Like, there's lots of ways to get the same effect. So this is a pencil brush. This is the Morphe E36. So pencil brush, tip shaped like this, super densely packed bristles, and we're going to put this into En Fuego, which is our second darkest shade. And then that is going to go towards the lash line. I'm only going to bring it maybe up to 1/3 of the way up, no higher though. And then we're going to be careful as I approach the edge, because I don't want to go past where the wing would be. So I tried to pick colors that are like relatively wearable, Morphe M506 to blend it out, but you can of course pick colors that have more contrast in them to create a more dramatic kind of look. And then going back in with the Cayenne brush. Feeling good about that. So next I'm going to do the eyeshadow as liner. I'm going to do a winged liner. So again, like there's lots of options to kind of make this easier or to change the look of it if this isn't what you want to go for. You can, for example, just do the eyeshadow as liner on the lash line and not wing it out. That's going to make it a lot easier. That's going to get you the soft kind of like gradient effect. Or you can do the wing, or you can use a regular eyeliner at this stage and then use the darkest shade from your palette to like smudge out the eyeliner and like again get that softness back. Really, really up to you. But for me, I'm gonna take this. Where's the brush I have in mind? It's like a super dense smudging, here we go. So this is the Morphe M213. And then I'm going to take the darkest shade of my palette, which is the shade called Ashes. It's this like plummy brown, super deep shade. Pack it on. And you have to be super careful as you do the wing in this stage. I'm just gonna start out on the lash line and pack and smudge this out. I'm going fairly slow and building up the color because that way, if you start to see that you don't like the shape of the wing, you can readjust and you don't have too much product down. You really only have to be careful along the outer facing edge, not so much the inner facing edge, because you want that soft kind of smudgy look anyway. Now I'm going to blend out a little bit with the brush that I use for Fuego. And not soften so much that I lose the wing, but enough that it doesn't look really sharp. I'm going to pack on a little bit more of Cayenne. And something to keep in mind when you're doing a look like this is if you're using darker shades, there's a good chance that you're going to have fallout on your face. And so that's kind of a compelling reason to do your eyeshadow prior to doing your base, which is why I don't have any foundation or concealer or anything like that on. And also, foundation and concealer are something that you could use to clean up this wing if you want to make it look sharper than it can with powder, because ultimately, like, one of the benefits of powder is that it has a very soft look to it, but that might not be something that you want kind of everywhere. So, up to you. Okay, I think I'm going to do my other eye, probably off camera, and then I'll come back and do the rest of my face, including my lower lash line. I'll probably just be using the shades Sauced and Cayenne, maybe a little bit of Fuego on the lower lash line. That part might not be a talk through, but you kind of get the gist of what this is gonna look like. So, see you soon. Okay, I don't know what my hair is trying to do, but the makeup's done. So I did the rest of my face and I did my lower lash line, and you saw the eyeshadow. I'm wearing Fenty's lipstick in the shade Single, by the way. Yeah, so there is the first installment in the Basics in Eyeshadow series. I haven't decided quite yet what I'm going to call it, but you can kind of see how it turned out. Hopefully you liked watching this, and if you learned anything from this, or if you do anything similar to this, please let me know. I would be so excited to see it. For now, have a good day.